agree more with the senator from Iowa, on this, the, opportunity to serve. And as you mentioned, General, some of it, just somebody talking about it later. My dad served in the 82nd Airborne, and I would hear it from him all the time. And one of the reasons, I took my path not in the Army, but in the Navy. Also, I want to share my condolences and on yours and Madam Secretary, for you too, and the Army's loss. We often expect losses in combat. Training accidents are, especially mid-airs, are just horrific, and so we are with you in sharing the grief over this. General, you talked a little bit about training opportunities. I want to talk about a place specific to Arizona, because for the last several years we've been hearing from witnesses as we prepare for this pacing threat of China, that we need to be doing everything we can to prepare for this fight that we obviously don't want to get in. And the best way we can, in my opinion, that we can avoid staying out of a fight is to make sure that our adversaries understand that they're not going to win. And that means being as prepared as possible. Electronic warfare is something we've talked about a lot lately. It's a critical mission. I'm really pleased to see that DoD has taken a fresh look at our capability here, because it's going to be a big part of a potential future fight, especially if it's in the Western Pacific. So I've been looking at this issue closely, and I know some of my colleagues on the committee have as well. But we need expanded airspace. The stick is longer than it used to be. We need more space. The threat is more significant, and we need to be able to replicate the high-end threat and have areas where we can put emitters and have the dynamic opportunities to best equip their forces and train them. DoD has had officials out to see the electronic proving ground at Fort Huachuca in Arizona, and folks agree that this place has the capacity, and it also has the expertise, and they are willing to do more. So, General, can you please talk to the Army's vision and strategy for ensuring that our military is prepared for the advanced electronic warfare threats that we will face in the future?
Yes, Senator, you make a great point about Fort Huachuca. There's a reason why we have the unmanned aerial system training out there. There's a reason why we have the electronic warfare capability at areas like that. It takes special places. You certainly got to have the size, but it's also where you can do it. We do a lot of this stuff at the National Training Center. We do it out at Fort Huachuca, but it's something that's going to be more important in the future. We got to train the way we're going to fight. We got to expose our commanders to that environment, and our intent is that our training centers are so rigorous that when they actually go into combat, it's an easier day.
Yeah, that's what you want, right? You want the training to be the most challenging thing.
That's right.
Not often the case. Fort Huachuca also offers geography and a landscape that really doesn't exist anywhere else. This natural bowl where you can transmit on a lot of different frequencies at very high energy. This is a real opportunity and it's got a lot of potential to help the Air Force with their F-35s. That but a lot of their training missions, they need to be considering the high-end threats. We can put emitters at Fort Huachuca. We also have opportunities to extend the size of the Barry Goldwater range and maybe connect it to a MOA, the Jackal MOA, I think that's north of Fort Huachuca. So in my remaining time, I'm going to have another question for the record on the Fort Huachuca range, but I've got about 30 seconds, and I really don't want to go over. Madam Secretary, I'm going to submit another question for the record about your vision for human-machine teaming and working together that offers a lot of opportunities for us in future conflicts. Thank you, and I will yield back my 8 seconds.
Thank you, Senator Kelly. I appreciate that very much. Senator Scott, please.
Sure. Thank you, Chairman. Thank each of you for being here. Thank you for what you do.